They declared a few days ago that they'll relocate much of their manufacturing to Mexico. I'm notifying John Deere now. If I win, John Deere will pay a 200% duty on everything you sell into the U.S. John Deere plowed over Trump. In a weird, comical tantrum, he took it quite badly. Trump retaliated after the renowned green behemoth defeated him unexpectedly. Was it political snub? A brand war? Rogue tractor rebellion? You'll shake your head and possibly laugh at the details. It was an absolute disgrace, not simply a loss. Exactly what happened? This is a wild trip, so buckle up. After the previous president, John Deere reacted tonight. This week, Donald Trump threatened to levy a 200% tariff on the corporation if it moved production to Mexico. Deere said earlier this year that it would move part of its production line from Dubuque to Mexico and lay off 99 local workers. John Deere told the KWUWL news department today that the layoffs were due to a worsening agriculture economy in 2012. John Deere and Trump? Unexpected fight between an unstoppable tractor and an unmovable ego. American farms have relied on the green and yellow agricultural giants, plowing, harvesting, and general operation. The brand John Deere is almost a religion for farmers. Trump has spent years promoting himself as the savior of rural America through trade wars, ethanol promises, and farmer hat picture opportunities. However, the relationship appears to be hitting a combine harvester-sized pothole. I'm a free trade Republican who remembers how exports create jobs. What prompted this all-out mudslinging war between two big guns? Was the tweet mistimed? A rebel John Deere tractor at a Trump rally? Not exactly. This feud began in business and politics, where money and power thrive. Despite its historic roots in America, John Deere has been acting against Trump's economic nationalism. The company's automation, sustainability, and global trade policies don't sit well with farmers, whose idea of innovation is imposing tariffs on everything that moves. Many Trump voters have relied on John Deere, fair trade, economical equipment, and crop price stabilizing measures. Impact 75 Atoma workers. Workers' Adjustment and Retraining Notification webpage says the announcement was issued Monday. On February 7, layoffs will begin. John Deere Atoma Works briefly closed the operation in early December. They said the suspension was due to lower agricultural equipment demand. The plant reopened. The corporation will provide transition help, including severance payments. The big moment arrived. Spark that started the tractor-fueled conflagration. Conservatives were shocked when John Deere adopted a business stance that Trump could not ignore. Maybe their campaign for expanded worker rights and unions contrasted with Trump's corporate-friendly rhetoric, or maybe their strategic move in global supply chains hinted that they wouldn't follow his America First slogan. Even worse, they believe John Deere made political comment that Trump viewed as a slight. Be it a corporate sponsorship, leadership change, or brilliant ad campaign that trolled him. Imagine a John Deere commercial about work airing after a rally speech. Nearly 120 John Deere employees will be laid off in Ankeny. The layoffs affect John Deere Des Moines Works employees. A spokeswoman blames the layoffs on a sluggish farm economy and fewer equipment orders. Layoffs will occur March 28, April 4, and April 28. Whatever caused it, Trump took it personally. The world knows when Trump takes things personally. Within minutes, his Truth Social account was lit up like a Mar-a-Lago Christmas tree with rants about woke tractors, overrated farming equipment, and how he probably developed the wheel before John Deere. His admirers, who proudly parked John Deere tractors in their barns, wondered if they supported their favorite brand or their favorite political performer. More John Deere workers in central Iowa will lose their jobs. Kyla James of KCC, I reports 119 Ankeny plant workers will be put off in the coming months. John Deere Des Moines works in Ankeny will lay off 3 times, with a final batch on April 28th. Unfortunately, these layoffs are expected, says an Iowa State University agricultural economist. Farm economy uncertainty is high. Suddenly, battle lines were drawn. Despite avoiding political drama for nearly 200 years, John Deere finds itself at the center of a Trump-fueled circus. Deere, unlike most of his targets, resisted. This conflict was becoming a humiliation harvest. And then, it was beautiful when John Deere moved, like a perfectly tuned combine roaring to life at daybreak. No press conference or flashy statement, just hard, intense business. Deere, the icon of American farming grit, stopped supporting Trump's economic tantrums. It could have been expanding production abroad to quietly counter Trump's America First rhetoric. It could have been their embrace of automation, which contradicted Trump's concern with bringing back genuine American jobs, which nobody wanted. John Deere maintained negotiating fairer arrangements for laborers, while Trump cheered on union busting like a tycoon whose only experience with hard labor was firing people on TV. Whatever caused it, it worked instantly. The company decision shook Trump's rural voter base like an earthquake. The man had spent years promising industrial workers and farmers American grandeur while largely giving billionaires tax relief and taking credit for unfulfilled employment. John Deere, the middle American behemoth, said no thanks. Cue meltdown. Trump, who built an empire by putting his name on structures he didn't build, faced a corporation that had been building since 1837. Worse, the tractor-owning, corn-harvesting, MAGA hat, wearing supporters he imagined would support him, were now in an untenable position. Really, John Deere was more than a firm to these people. It was a legacy, lifeline, and lifestyle. Trump was telling them their beloved green and yellow workhorse had went woke. Farmers rejected it. Greenland is crucial to international security. We need Greenland. Do you believe we can do without it? We can't. Chinese and Russian ships are everywhere in Greenland's waterways. We'll fail. We don't trust Denmark or anyone else to handle that. We're not talking about U.S. peace. Discussion is on world peace. The topic is international security. Look around. Warships are everywhere, moving along. They may have laughed when Trump said windmills cause cancer, but this was personal. These were their tractors, fields, and livelihoods. No matter how much Trump yelled about devotion, they weren't about to park their John Deeres in protest of some New York real estate guy's sore feelings. The actual kicker? Deere didn't flinch. No angry news statements, no scrambling to clarify their position, just sheer, unbothered, industrial strength assurance from knowing you matter. The company kept rolling, watching from the rearview mirror as Trump flailed, understanding he'd fought a corporation that wasn't terrified of him for once. A brand that didn't need his approval and a machine that might run him over. As expected, the meltdown began. Within hours, Truth Social was filled with irate, typo-ridden rants